Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. I welcome you all to a daily quiz video for today. Before we begin, just an important reminder. I hope all of you by now are already a part of the BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS Telegram channel. If not, do make sure that you click on the link given in the description of the video and join this Telegram channel to get all the latest current affairs related updates for the UPSC examination. Also, as you know, as a part of this channel, we are running an exclusive series on political thinkers and their ideas. Every day in the evening at 7 p.m. we release a new video exclusively on our Telegram channel. Today's video will be on the political thoughts and ideas of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Don't forget to join the channel and take advantage of this exclusive video series on our Telegram channel. Now let's begin with question number 1 on your screen. Consider the following statements with regards to proceedings in the judiciary. Number 1. At present, no High Court in India provides live streaming of its proceedings. Second, on the day of the former Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramanna's retirement, the Supreme Court streamed its proceedings live. Third, the US Supreme Court has rejected the pleas for broadcast of its proceedings, but it allows the audio recordings and transcripts of oral arguments. Which of these given statements is or are correct? For this question, the correct answer is A. 2 and 3 are correct. The first statement is wrong because there are multiple high courts in the country right now that are actually live streaming their proceedings. In fact, if you go to YouTube and you see, there are a lot of clippings available on YouTube right now of various high courts in the country where you can see the proceedings of any ongoing case. These are some short clippings that are found online. But as far as the Supreme Court goes, their live proceedings of the cases have not been started. We did have one instance of the live proceedings going on the occasion of the retirement day of Chief Justice of India, Mr. N.V. Ramanna. Third statement also is true. In the US Supreme Court also, many people have asked for live proceedings to go on. The major reason behind these demands is to ensure transparency so that the people can know how the proceedings go on, which side the judges are on, which side the advocates are on, and then the decision that is made is transparent or not. This is the article that is in today's Indian Express newspaper that is about the live streaming of Supreme Court proceedings. So what has happened is that the Supreme Court on Tuesday decided to live stream its proceedings in crucial constitution bench cases only from 27th of September. It also said that live streaming will not happen in cases such as matrimonial matters, matters about juveniles, national security matters, etc. Next, question number 2. Consider the following statements with respect to death penalty in India. Number 1. The Code of Criminal Procedure requires a judge to hear the accused after conviction on the question of sentence and then pass the sentence on him according to law. Second, in 1980, the Supreme Court ruled in Bachchan Singh versus the State of Punjab case that after the conviction, a separate sentencing hearing would be held where a judge will be persuaded on why death penalty should not be awarded. Third, in Dattarai versus the State of Maharashtra case, the Supreme Court commuted the death sentence to life imprisonment on the ground that an adequate sentencing hearing was not held. Which of these given statements about death penalty is or are correct? The correct answer here is D, since all the three given statements here are correct. Now, if you interpret the first statement, what it really means to say is, if a case is going on and the judge finds the accused guilty, then just on finding the accused guilty, they don't immediately announce that now death penalty will be given. This is something that you see in movies, in social media, but that is not what happens in real life. As per the Code of Criminal Procedure, if the accused has been termed as guilty, after that, the judge gives some time to the accused, to the lawyers to then argue again on what should be the penalty, on why death penalty should not be given. So between the conviction and the death penalty to be given, the accused again has a right to be heard. Second and the third statements are also true. The Supreme Court in 1980 said, after the conviction, that is after the person has been proven guilty, a separate hearing should be held to persuade the judges why a lower punishment should be given. Because it was not done in a particular case, in the Dattarai versus the State of Maharashtra case, the Supreme Court actually commuted the death sentence. This is the article in the Indian Express newspaper today, because of which we are discussing this question. This article is based on a recent Supreme Court order. The Supreme Court said that there is not much clarity about how the death penalty procedure will go on in the court. And that is why in the Supreme Court, a 3-judge bench, which has the Chief Justice of India as well, has said that a 5-judge bench should clearly make guidelines about how the death sentence will be decided in the court. Next, question number 3. Operation Octopus, Operation Double Bull, and Operation Thunderstorm are related to which of the following? Evacuation of Indians from foreign nations, anti-naxal operations, raids conducted by Enforcement Directorate, or preservation of wildlife. The correct answer here is B. These are all names given to certain anti-naxal operations carried out by the security forces in India. The reason why we are discussing this question is because the anti-naxal operation, that is Operation Octopus, that is being carried out by security forces in Jharkhand mainly and in the boundary area of Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, has said to be extremely successful. The CRPF has said that Bihar is now free of any Naxal presence and the fight is now at the last stages in Jharkhand as well. And Operation Octopus has to be given the credit for the same. The article also talks about the other kind of such operations that have been taken up by the security forces earlier as well. Next, question number 4. Consider the following statements with regards to the UN Charter. Number 1. Since the UN's founding in 1945, the mission and the work of the organization have been guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter, which has been amended 3 times, 1963, 65 and 73. Second, the UN Charter codifies the major principles of international relations, from sovereign equality of states to prohibition of the use of force in international relations. Third, it was signed on 26th of June 1945 in San Francisco at the conclusion of the UN Conference on International Organization and came into force on 24th of October 1945. Which of these given statements is or are correct about the UN Charter? The correct answer here is D. All the 3 given statements are correct. UN Charter means the constitution of the UN. Just like the Indian Constitution has different articles, the UN Charter has different chapters. If you look at those chapters, chapter number 6 mainly talks about the prohibition of use in international relations. It says that if there is a dispute between 2 or more than 2 nations, they use all other means except using force. The reason why this is in the news is because US President Joe Biden has said in the UN General Assembly session that Russia has shamelessly violated the UN Charter in Ukraine. Why? As you know, the Russian president and the Russian armed forces are now threatening the entire world that they are planning to use the nuclear option also in Ukraine. As you know, in the past couple of weeks, the tables have turned and there has been an offensive from the side of Ukraine, and they have been able to take back most of the area that was taken up by the Russians in the beginning of the war. This has frustrated the Russian side considerably, leading to this kind of a threat. Next is a previous year question from 2019. In the context of which of the following are the terms pyrolysis and plasma gasification mentioned? Extraction of rare earth elements, natural gas extraction technologies, hydrogen fuel based automobiles, or waste to energy technologies. The correct answer here would be D, waste to energy technologies. Both these are processes that are used to break down material at a very high temperature. These are technologies which are usually also called advanced thermal technologies or alternative conversion technologies. They rely on carbon-based waste such as paper, petroleum-based waste such as plastic, etc. These kind of processes make sure that very high temperature is used to break down waste and turn them into energy. Next, we have a fact of the day, and today we wanted to discuss with you about Ambedkar Circuit. This is in the news because a Union Tourism and Culture Minister announced that a special tourist train will now be arranged to cover the Ambedkar Circuit. The Ambedkar Circuit, as you know, first came up in 2016. This idea of Ambedkar Circuit was also called a Panch Teeth. The Prime Minister had said that Panch Teeth would include 5 important places related to the life of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. For example, starting with the Janma Bhoomi, that is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's birthplace in Madhya Pradesh, Mao. Second would be Shiksha Bhoomi, the place in London where he stayed while he was studying in the UK. Third would be the Diksha Bhoomi, that is in Nagpur, where he embraced Buddhism. Fourth will be Mahaparinirvan Bhoomi, the place of his demise in Delhi. And fifth would be Chaitya Bhoomi, the place of his cremation, that is in Mumbai. As you can see, out of these 5, 4 of these places are in India, so they would be covered via one single special AC train. The government of India is looking to trace the footsteps of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in India and ensure better connectivity to all these places. The idea mainly is to attract tourists beyond the Dalit community also, because Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was an icon for the entire country and not just for the Dalit community. As you know, back in 2014, the government had identified 15 tourist circuits under the Swadesh Darshan scheme. For example, the Ramayana and the Buddhist circuits, the coastal circuit, desert circuit, Sufi, Krishna, rural, Tirthankar circuits, etc. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar circuit also is one of those that the government has planned to boost the legacy of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and to boost the domestic tourism opportunities in the country. This is it for today's daily quiz video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day ahead.